me wondering that I had figured it out. Nothing could get through to me, but this kind of chemistry has me wondering. When you're not around it, all goes black and white. How come I'm not seeing in color? Lost without you, I can't make it through the night. How come I'm not seeing in color? How come I'm not seeing in color? So far gone.
Hello everybody! How's it going? Can you hear me? What up? How's it going everyone? This is going to be the most stripped down version of this live show I've ever done. The microphone is from my laptop. The camera is from my laptop. This is all super low quality. It's so grainy. Hi Ella, thanks for joining. Kim, it's good to see you here. Mojo, Bex. We got Cali Time Cat. We got, I think I saw Ace who joined. This is Ace, yep. Hey, hopefully the quality is good though, and the levels are right. So, normally I host my live show from my studio. As you know, I've not been at home because I'm having work done there. And there's no running water or heating, so I do go there to work on the bathroom, which my dad is helping with. But in the evenings, I would pop over for that. But the problem is, my dad was heading out with my mum one evening, and I'm parked on their driveway. It's quite a big driveway. I was in the other corner, and he reversed into my car. I love that. I love that dig. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, my car is currently being repaired, which means, my mum offered to drive me to the studio, but I was like, Mum, I'm not having you drive me there at like 8:30 and then again at like 10:30. It's not worth doing it. So I said I'll just do this from my laptop from here. And to be honest, some of you who will have been in early will notice there was a change, because originally it was called Wordle Game, and the topic was about games online that are free and worth checking out. That was the plan. But then screen share, I can do it on here. So like the broadcast that I normally use, I'm using the same system here. But it's, I don't have the buttons on my fingertips. I don't actually have a lot of the functionality that I normally do. I've got all these pieces here actually. So when I was doing like gaming, it was like this, where this would be one camera for me on the PlayStation, and then this would be me playing it in VR, and I had it for all the different games. We've got Halloween as well, Beat Saber, and then I've got a Be Right Back one. But we're just doing the full screen. I know, right? Rock and roll. Well, he just cleaned the reverse, the camera on it. I don't know what happened. I didn't actually hear the collision. I just heard my dad screaming, effing and blinding. So it is what it is. I felt sorry for him more than anything, because, these things happen. Emily, it's your birthday today. Well, that's very kind. A super happy birthday to you, Emily. I hope you have an amazing day, or you've had an amazing day. I don't know what you've got up to or who you spent it with. I know there are a lot of limitations in the world at the moment, but I hope that you managed to have a good one. But yeah, I really appreciate the kind words. I am going to talk actually a lot today about what's been going on with me, because a lot of you have been very kind to reach out, and I'm sorry I've not got back to everyone yet. I did a post maybe 5 days ago, which was just me venting, because I've been in a really bad place. And it's not in a bad place where I feel out of control or that I am incredibly, well, I was very depressed, but I wasn't in a way that wasn't manageable. It's the whole, I'm not okay, but I am okay. So, I feel really low. There's a lot coming at me. I'm fed up, but the thought process is like, this will pass. I just need to stick with it. So yeah, that really is the case. So, I was saying I was going to talk about it later. I may as well talk about it now. I have nothing planned for this show. It is going to be just me talking like this, reading your comments. Oh, we've had Tom here. Good to see you here, Tom. He cleaned the camera with paint. Amazing. How dare you be busy or overwhelmed? I know, right? Everyone needs a hug. And it was quite funny, because it was my band's latest single that we talked about last week is Mind Eater, which is all about anxiety. But I'm currently in my parents' second living room. And I've got down there my PlayStation 5 setup with all the VR stuff. So I've been able to work out with Beat Saber every night. They've got these cool lights, which mean I can't play Beat Saber standing up, because I just punch them. They're really cool lights. I saw them at IKEA. But this is the cool thing they got. When they lived in the US, they got this made. So I think it's going to be mirrored for you. But the way it works is it's license plates from every state in the US to make it up, including Hawaii. Right? Yeah. Bombard Miles with hugs. You're very, very kind. So, I would say, oh, it's not mirrored. Okay, it's mirrored for me, but not for you. Great, awesome. Thank you for clarifying that. See, you guys are my producers. I love it. I love it. I want to, big shout out to my friend Kim, who's not tuned in. A lot of my friends, I just from time to time say, oh, by the way, I'm just going to do a live show if you want to come and check it out. And a lot of my friends have been pleasantly surprised. They're like, do you know actually the one thing they compliment more than anything? They always say, the people in the chat are so nice. And it's like, yeah, that's like that's like 80% of why this show's good, because of you guys, because you're all very welcoming, you're very nice. There you go. Yeah, put it on your resume. You're a producer. You're a producer now. Get on IMDb. How about that? Yeah. Here we go. Recommendation for anyone who's really low or having a bad time. If you Google everything is awful and I'm not okay, that one page of quick questions advice is so useful. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, lots of pillars in my life at the moment, and it's all building up to a February, which could potentially be absolutely amazing. Like honestly, the way I see it at the moment is January is going to be the worst month of the year. I know it might be a bit too early to call it, but I feel that February could be amazing. As a counter to that, we'll just have to wait and see. So, health first. And me and Kim have actually been speaking a lot about health lately, because I know, not going into specifics, but everyone has health stuff going on, health anxiety, which can make yourself feel worse about stuff. As a lot of you know, November last year, I got back from tour with my band, and we toured the north. Lake District, Cumbria, in Workington. We played Manchester, and then we'd also played Middlesbrough. We came back down, and then we were going to be playing a hometown show on the Friday in Reading. I think it was Wednesday night. Went to bed, felt like shivers coming on. Oh my goodness. And what it is like, it's this, I've had it a lot before. Does anyone else have this? You know when you get like shivers where you get really cold and shaky? Don't you find that before it comes on, you feel it coming on? Like the way I'd explain it, just because it's happened to me so much now that I've been able to like really focus on what the sensations are. But it's kind of like a mild tingliness all through your body. You just feel like as if all the nerves in your body are like preparing, and you're like, uh-oh, it's coming, it's coming. And January is a tough one. Yeah. No, very, very true. January is always crummy. It is. So that night I felt it coming on, and I was absolutely shivering. I was like, couldn't leave bed. Was so cold, and that was from like 10 at night until I think it was like 7, 8 in the morning, and I hadn't slept yet because I couldn't. I was just shaking all night, and I was like, I'm gonna have to tell the band this better not be COVID. And then I fell asleep, woke up at 10 a.m. and then my best friend Hugh, the guitarist, he texted the chat and said, "Bad news, guys." I just got the notification, "Bad news, guys." I was like, oh no. And I checked it and he tested positive, and I thought, no. So I did a lateral flow test. It came negative, and I'm thinking, have I always been doing these tests wrong? So I then went out to get a PCR. By the way, at this point, we cancelled our hometown show. We were like, we need to give as much warning as possible. Unfortunately, 2 days isn't great. We were headlining it. And I just, the night before, been pushing friends to turn up and stuff. Hugh was fine. He had like, obviously terrible symptoms, but it was like more of a cold and fatigue. Didn't have it as bad as me. I had a PCR test, so I went to a facility or a car park, did the PCR test, that came back negative. And then I also do research for the Office of National Statistics. So every month someone comes to my house, They give me a swab that I do myself for my nose, and then they also give me this lancet, and I prick my finger and I bleed into a little tube and then give it to them, and they test the blood for antibodies. Had that, all came back negative, so it wasn't COVID. So yeah, I felt really shit. I think I had fever again like 2 days later, and then for 4 weeks I was just fatigued, and a lot of you will remember that from the live show. I was just not feeling great, and then it came to Christmas. Fortunately, I was feeling good at this point. I was like, yeah, this is good, because the previous Christmas I had to spend it home alone because of the lockdown. This time I felt fine. So I had a great Christmas. And then in that purgatory between Christmas and New Year, I felt the fever come on again. It came again. And then what happened was every 3 to 5 days, I do say that, it's pretty much every 3 days, I would feel the fever coming on and I'd be shaking and stuff like that. And I've been having it since. So about 2 weeks ago, I went to a doctor, spoke about it. He took blood tests. The results came back that my vitamin D levels were low. I think like whatever the rating is, like it's meant to be around 55. Mine was at 40. And he says my white blood cell count was high. But he says the vitamin D levels are probably because he says my immune system is pretty much on its knees. He was like, I think you've got a bacterial infection, but do you know where it might be? And I was like, I have no clue whatsoever. I have absolutely no clue. So he gave me some antibiotics, and I've been on it. I just finished them yesterday. Day 2 of the antibiotics, the fever came on, and I was in front of the fireplace with a blanket round me. It was absolutely horrible. I was like shaking, really, really, really horrible stuff. And then 3 days later, my parents had some friends over. My mum had done a 3-course meal. We're at the dinner table, had starter, soup, really good soup, really, really good. And then as the mains were getting prepared, I could feel it coming, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And this is like, a good 5 days into the antibiotics. So I went up to bed. It's like I say goodbye to everyone. I'm like, I'm just going to go die in my room. So I wrapped myself up, and you know what happened? I didn't get cold. I didn't get shivers, but I did feel terrible all night. I had really bad headache. I was sort of glowing all over. And then I had the feeling again 2 nights ago, and it was even milder, which means something's happening. But then 3 nights ago, I didn't sleep all night, had 1 hour sleep, and I felt all down this side of the body like achy, and like round my heart I had palpitations. Also, the left side is where your stomach mainly is. So antibiotics can unsettle your stomach. And so that combination on the left side of the body, I called 111, which over here is the non-emergency emergency number. And I spoke to a doctor, and they got a doctor to call me the next day. It wasn't, imminent, which was good. And he thinks that I could have another infection from fighting the initial infection that had been with me for a while. So tomorrow, I'm speaking with a doctor. They've offered to give me a chest x-ray, but I've been advised by another doctor, because I've had one like 8 years ago, don't have them unnecessarily. So I'm probably going to get another blood test, or at least just get checked out and get an update, because I'm still achy on this side, and like my pec over my heart is really, really achy. It just feels like someone's constantly clenching it. It might be a ghost. Who knows? Could be a ghost clenching my pec. Kim with the super chat with ZAR currency 169.99. I don't even know what that is. I'd have to work it out. Thank you, Kim. You are too kind for a first-time viewer. My goodness, that's awesome. Did it have an image, or was it just a super chat? Okay, that's cool. How do you do that colourful banner? That's what a super chat is. Yeah, super chat. No, thank you, Kim. Really, really appreciate it. So that's the latest on my health conditions. I still feel like, the old sore boob disease that us guys get. Oh, terrible. And you get anxious about it, and so you feel it more, it's not a great thing. So yeah, exactly. With it keep coming back every 3 days, it's been more frustrating than anything, and not knowing what it is. And then occasionally you'll lie there in bed thinking, "Oh, is it terminal?" And this is what health anxiety is, and you should never look stuff online. Um, don't worry, Ace. I'm used to you saying stuff like that for as long as I've known you on here. Um, um, so yeah, that's the health side. Not great. The other sections are a bit more simple to explain. So I'm broke. Actually, they're joint together. I'm broke, and I've been job hunting, and they're very demoralizing processes, but they're ones that you have to go through. But I've done lots of applications. A lot of the applications I've done for the gaming industry as a community manager have all been refused at the first hurdle, not even got an interview. And because it's the first hurdle, they won't even hear you out. And it is because I've not worked in the gaming industry already, even though I've worked with stuff like PSVR Without Parole as a guest host and, sorting out their Instagram page. It's very frustrating. And I know a lot of indie VR developers have said that they're surprised people aren't snatching me up, which could just be them being polite. But I would love to work in the space, but I've also applied for stuff in more educational areas. And I've had I can't obviously go too much into it or specifically, but I'm in the final stages of quite a few at the moment, and it's looking really positive. Nothing's guaranteed. They all might come back as nothing. But if something does come through, and if multiple things, then it's going to be very difficult to make a decision, because there have been some wonderful companies that I've been able to engage with. And my aim is to become full-time, because I've been a freelancer for 5 years, and this is what I tell them, and it's the truth. For me, variety is the spice of life, but I need more structure. And also, going into projects when you're a freelancer and getting to give things, really build up with a team, and then once it's done, you're then off. You're done for the project. It's kind of sad. And so I like the idea of actually, working with a place full time and working for a long-term goal. And so, yeah, that should be great. That should be really, really great. Yeah, Kim's from South Africa. Yeah, part of the world. I mean, all across the African continent, I've wanted to go. I've also a lot of places across the Asian continent I've not been to. I've been to Singapore, which I loved, but that was like 20 years ago. It's changed a lot now. And I went to Hong Kong when I was a few months old. I've always wanted to go to Japan, and want to go to India. Oh man, just all across Asia, all across Africa. Like, I've had a lot of friends that have had family in like Nigeria and Ghana, and obviously South Africa. So many places. And what is interesting about the African continent is a lot of people live in the same time zone as the UK, because normally you're always thinking left and right, like in terms of time zones, but it's like, no, they're just directly down. And so, yeah, Kim, where you are right now, it's like, it's 9:25? Because that's what it is here. So, oh no, 1 a.m. here, you said. It's almost 1 a.m. Okay, so it's a 4-hour difference for you. But how many time zones are there in South Africa? Because I assume it does go across a few. Yeah, appreciate the dedication. Oh, really? Tough back from Singapore. Yeah, Japan, man. Oh, would love to go. Last time we spoke, you were making ventilators. So I wasn't making the ventilators, but I was making respiratory equipment. Although technically, yeah, some of it was for ventilators. You're right. It's just that I knew people that were making the stuff that actually goes down the throat. Yeah, I was doing that until 2 Christmases ago. So all of last year, I was just working freelance. Yeah, it's scary how time flies. And funnily enough, there was a supermarket I applied for night shift stuff, and they've just come through with an offer now. But the offer includes times that I told them in both the application and the interview that I couldn't do. Do you remember? Because I said there was a special time of the week I couldn't do 9 till 10 on a Wednesday. Why could that be? And it's like there, first day, Wednesday, 10 o'clock. I mean, I could end this a bit early, but I'm sorry. I'm just like, yeah. Hope I can lead as an example for you all to show him love by purchasing a super chat or sticker. I love you, Kim. There have been a lot of super chatters in the past. But yeah, no, it is one way you can support me. The other way is through Patreon. I just feel a bit weird with Patreon at the moment because I haven't been doing the podcast show, although I do have a lot of guests lined up. It's just that until I'm back in my home fully, I'm not doing a 2-hour podcast show with no running water or bathroom or toilet, or heating. So yeah. Oh my goodness, £300 to import parsley into Singapore. That's amazing. I know everyone's like, parsley? They must have different types of herbs and that. It's all right. Spelling's overrated. I mean, I can't say that actually because one of the jobs I applied for, I did have to do a spelling, sorry, not a spelling test, a written exam, and spelling is important for that. Wouldn't part of it be an option too to have structure and a base income, but also have space? Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of the interviews I've had, people said, I see you're in a band, you do a podcast, a live show. How are you going to balance it? And I was like, look, these things I do aren't like my income. Like the money, I do make a little bit of money from Patreon, make about £100 a month, but that just goes into a pot that's for investing in stuff that I need, like the broadcast system. I kind of feel like that Patreon I might bring together and incorporate Myles Dyer live into it because I feel that this is obviously today isn't so much because it's a low quality broadcast. Just the quality is so bad. I really apologise. Oh no, Kim. Yeah, warm water with salt is really, really helpful. But yeah, so January's been pretty tough, and I've had some other things going on. It just all mounts on top of each other, but you just got to carry on. And well, I never thought. I mean, I've never been someone. There are a lot of people that thought they were going to make a living. I was sort of the party pooper because I was always like, to make a living off YouTube, you're gonna have to be in the top tiny percentage of people because it's just going to be so saturated. And that's why I've always lived my life where I do my YouTube stuff and then I work in parallel for companies as a full-time job. But I've seen a lot of big YouTubers go on to work pretty regular careers, like working in marketing and stuff like that. So, more power to them. Appreciate it. No, it's good. It's good to see people here. I know I don't need to apologise, but I genuinely I am a bit annoyed by it. Oh, do you want to see something? Yeah, you might have seen this before. So this is a gaming cushion. Have you seen this? So it's the Exo Scuff, and the way it works is it's like that. So what you do is you put it round your waist, and it means that when you use a controller, you're not going to slouch forward. You sit up because normally if you had a controller in your hand, you'd be doing this, like you lean forward into it, whereas this forces you to sit up. And it's really, really comfy. But you've got to remember to use it. Cool little bit of gear there. It was one of these things my friend, I don't know if did Hugh get it first? I think he did get it first. He was like, he thought it might be a gimmick, and he was like, actually, it's really good. And then I was like, no, you're totally right. Honestly, I should get a code, shouldn't I? A referral code. But yeah, really good material. The good old scuff controller. Theo's not here. Theo is my brother's dog, so Theo is not here, unfortunately. I know. Look, we all do it. We all do it. It's like when you lean on chairs and you sort of lean at an angle, like you just do that. Yeah. I mean, some chairs encourage it, but to be honest, I've spoke. Look, I don't want to make a medical claim here because this is just from what I've heard from some people that work in physio. I want to obviously research the truth, but I think it's an interesting theory. They were saying that actually the way you sit on chairs slouching isn't what causes a lot of back issues. It's actually lack of movement. It's that the act of sitting down for long periods of time. I mean, David Mitchell, a British comedian and actor, he spoke about how he had a lot of middle back pain or lower back pain, and he started doing walks half an hour a day, and it totally fixed it. And that's what I do. For me, it's like two things. It's daily walking, and it's also core workout. And core workout is just doing little things. It could be like press ups, or press ups where you keep your legs flat on the ground and you're just doing your front, and then you can arch your back when you're doing it. Sit ups. I feel like I'm going to start showcasing core workouts now. But there's loads of core workouts that you can do for like just 5-10 minutes a day, and it can make a huge difference. I remember when I first had back issue, I was in a car park for a cinema with a friend. This was like 12 years ago, and she was taking photos of me, and it was by a river. And she said, "Oh, why don't you run around the bridge and I'll take photos from the other side?" And I went, "Oh, okay." And I ran, and as I ran, I just felt my lower back go, and it was agony. And as I'm sort of falling to the ground in agony, I was like, I need to fall this way. Oh no, that's gonna hurt. Oh, this is gonna hurt as well. And I sort of fall behind a bush that is like next to the car park, and then a bus full of people goes by, and like they're all looking out the window, and I just can imagine their perspective in like an episode of Peep Show or something. And I said, I was like saying to myself, what should I do? Wave. And so I'm just there, wave. No one waved. And then I finally managed to get up. I managed just to get to my car. I was in agony. And then went to the doctor, and then I was like bedbound for like 3 days. Tom, it's called the Exo Scuff. Yeah. Really good, really good. That was for that request. Oh, I love it, Kim. Kim is literally watching popcorn, watching me while eating popcorn. But it's just grotesque seeing me on a big TV like that, on this poor camera setup. I mean, it's just because of lack of lighting more than anything that's making it pixely. First, Miles' chest, then a cool workout tutorials fan. So, oh man. I have lost a lot of weight during this whole process. I lost a lot of weight leading up to Christmas. I think I'm doing better now. My mum's cooking is obviously helping. But yeah, a lot of people could see it in my face. So yeah, I'm getting there. And as I said, I just know that once I bounce back, February could be a really great month. Part of it being because my band's album's coming out, which really, really excited for. And we actually announced tonight that we are playing a show in Rotherham. Yeah, we're playing in Rotherham and up north. And I think the Rotherham is in Yorkshire. On on August. I'm going to say August 25th. I may be mistaken, or 22nd. I'd have to have a look. And yeah, we're headlining a festival, so it should be good. A small festival, but it's still a festival. Lost weight for good. No, not for good reasons. Because literally because I'd lost my appetite because of my illness. Because what happened was in November when I was unwell near Sheffield. Thank you. Oh, I'm about 8 feet wide on your wall. Oh my goodness. It was because, yeah, I in November I started working out every day because I wanted to build my appetite up, and my appetite wasn't getting built up, and as a result, do you know what though? This is going to sound so weird. I bought I think a cottage pie from Aldi. And I've got to be really careful that I don't get sued for saying this. I am not saying this is causal. I'm saying it's just a coincidence. But I had a cottage pie. I cooked it well. And I remember that night was when I then came down with this fever. And then I had the cottage pie a couple of weeks later. And then I had it again. It isn't the only time I've had the fever. But I'm wondering if it's one of those associated psychology things. Like I had a fever when I ate it. So the next time I ate it, my body's like, oh, we know what happened last time. Better make you feel shit this time. Because this is going to sound like the most random thing ever. Right, do you know what? I'm going to do it as a poll. Let me just load it up. Here we go. You like cottage pie? How would we explain cottage pie to our international audiences? It is potato, sometimes with cheese. Crispy on top, and in it is beef, isn't it? Beef, mince, and gravy, and like veg. Oh god! I mean, I don't. There is no evidence to prove that. Why am I doing it on here? I need to be doing it here. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the question, guys. Do you like teriyaki chicken? I bet if you guessed what the question was going to be, you weren't going to guess that one. Do you like teriyaki chicken? By the way, if you haven't clicked the like button yet, please do, guys. Only 4 of you have clicked like. I'm going to press it now on my own channel. There we go. 5. Yeah, shepherd's pie is lamb. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Teriyaki chicken. How would you explain teriyaki chicken? Let's have a look. What is... So teriyaki chicken is... The sauce is popular all around the world with its dark, bold, savoury, salty, sweet flavour with lots of umami undertones. Its primary ingredients include soy sauce, brown sugar, garlic, ginger, honey, and mirin. The word teriyaki refers to a Japanese cooking technique as well as to the sauce. Okay. Right, guys, last chance to vote. Last chance to vote. Oh, it's coming close again. This is always what happens. 9 votes. Are we getting any more? Wow. Okay, it says 16 people are watching. How is this the episode that gets the most people watching? It's like 50% higher than it normally is. And I'm doing it on my laptop on really low quality. Whoever's watching, if you've never watched this before, I love you, but make sure you come back next week when I'm in my proper studio, okay? Thank you. Right, cool. Right, let's end the poll. Oh, look, look at this. Democracy in action, 50-50. We're going to have to do a rerun. Anyway, why did I ask about teriyaki chicken, you might ask? Because the first time... Hey, Katie, I make cottage pie with corn mince, and it's banging. So is it corn, or is it corn mince? Because a lot of people say it quick, so it's like corn mix. Which is, it's not vegan, is it? Corn is vegetarian, because I think it uses egg. I could be wrong. So So 50-50. Right, okay. So I'd never had teriyaki before, and then my friend invited me to a meal. He said, you should come check out Yo Sushi. So I did. Went to Yo Sushi. They had on the conveyor belt teriyaki chicken. Never had it before. I tried it. Loved it. Ate loads and loads of it. And then as I left the restaurant, I got that feeling. By the way, this is years ago. I felt a feeling of like, I don't feel very well. And I got home, and that night I came down with a fever, shivers and stuff like that. Now, there's no way it was to do with the food. You don't eat a bit of food unless there's something really wrong with it and your body goes into shutdown mode. But what happened was your body, psychology association, now, well, it's probably been long enough now that I could do it. But for years, I could no longer eat teriyaki chicken because when I started eating it, it made me feel unwell because my body associated that with a no-no. Medical term there. Scientific term, a no-no. So yeah. Oh, Wordle. So Wordle we were going to talk about today. I've been missing it a few times the last few days. No, I didn't have the shits, but thanks for asking. True journalism right there from Ella, asking the tough questions. Tough questions. It's another medical term as well. Okay, so we got 18 minutes left. Also, I had to download the music for this show onto this computer. But Monster Cat Gold that I'm subscribed to is down. So I had to go on YouTube and use MP3 downloaders of the videos. But I used the songs that I know that I have the rights to use. But yeah, it was frustrating. Yeah, not fun. Right. Yeah. Any questions or anything people want to talk about? Has Kim fallen asleep now? Because it's probably like almost 2 a.m. in her part of the world. Also, actually, do you know what? We're going to do another poll based on a Kim-inspired poll. Here we go. What popcorn do you prefer? Sweet, salted, mixed, or other? Here we go. I'm just curious to know. Let's do this. Seriously, how are there more people watching this? Like, I mean, this is great. This is progress. But it's like, really? This is the worst show I've ever done. Actually, it's not. When I was really unwell, that was not a fun show. I think I did 20 minutes and I had to head off. And this feels like more retro days. So here we go. Can I vote in it? I can't even vote in my own poll. Okay. Right, who put other? And if you put other, what did you say? I mean, like, toffee crisp popcorn is pretty good. I like stuff like that. I love everyone's still talking about pies. Everyone is still talking about pies. You get really ill after. Do you know, using the word ill is really horrible with autocorrect, isn't it? Because it always puts that apostrophe in and capitalizes the I. After having cooked tomato or cooked fruit or dried fruit. Okay. Okay, Michael, you don't like popcorn. Now, is that because it genuinely disgusts you, or is it just there are other things? I don't know if I've tried cheese popcorn. You're counting how many circles are on this. Yeah, there's quite a few there. Sweet popcorn. See, I go for mixed. My ex from Seattle, she always swore that the best thing to do was you get popcorn, I think it was salted, Then you put M&Ms in it, mix them in, and then you put it in the microwave just for a little bit. I mean, it was all right. I thought it was overrated, but I just did try to amuse her. I think Kim's sleeping. 1 second. Yo, Kim, we're still live, and we're doing a poll based on you eating popcorn, so you don't want to miss this. It's democracy, you know. It's really important that you vote on such an important issue like popcorn. Cheers. Cool. Popcorn does taste weird. Do you know what else is weird about popcorn? Is you can have a 3-course meal, be absolutely stuffed, and then have a large popcorn and just go grazing like a goat. And while you're watching the movie, you're not even thinking about it. It's just an action, and you can just keep eating it. See, salty popcorn on its own is a bit nah, but if it's mixed with sweet, I think sweet is my favourite. But yeah. Right, cool. Right, we're doing the important issues here. Okay, I'm ending the poll. Oh, sweet and mixed, which is actually the two. Okay. Oh no, I don't want that. You like mixed, but you also like throwing it. Well, salt's going to be better, isn't it? If you get them in the eyes. That is true. Do you know? I remember when I got invited to Kim's Waking Up. I've just noticed. It says she's online again, and she just missed the vote. Outrageous. I like the idea that she's fallen asleep and there's me literally talking at her on the big screen in her living room, going, "Why haven't you woken up yet?" That's a bit bizarre. Salted buttered popcorn because it's goddamn delicious. Caramel popcorn, really, really good. Agreed. Yeah, we know you're here. You fell asleep. What popcorn were you eating? We just had a vote on it. You just missed the vote. Sweet and mixed one. Other was only voted once, I think, by someone who doesn't like popcorn. I know, shocking. Doesn't hate it, just doesn't like it. And I'm okay with that. Salted caramel popcorn. There you go, the sweet and salted again. That'd be amazing. That'd be really, really great. I was invited years ago to a special preview screening of Pet Sematary, the reboot or the remake, and it was in one of the big cinemas in Leicester Square. Massive theatre, and everyone got given popcorn. And at the start of the film, it's a pan shot of like a road, it's a clear sky. And I couldn't stop laughing because it sounded like it was raining in the room. And it wasn't. It was just because everyone was trying to reach for their popcorn. Buttered popcorn, there we go. There is the answer. Hot take, salted caramel is the worst combination of excellent flavours. No. It tastes like burned caramel and sadness. That's amazing. I love that. I wish they put that on a packet. Oh, sorry, everyone in the chat. Okay, what's a food that you hate that a lot of people like? One of mine is porridge. Can't stand it. Porridge is nice. I can't stand baked beans. Baked beans are gross. And I can prove how much I dislike it. I haven't been to the 4DX auditoriums in Leicester Square. I've been to 4DX though. I saw, oh my goodness, Do you know, I might have done in Leicester Square because I was invited to a special screening of what was the crocodile movie? It was like where there's a flood in Florida, and is it crocodiles or alligators? Oh my god, I'm so bad. But yeah, Cineworld do it. Um, but we were literally given rain jackets because the whole movie was like a hurricane and rain, heavy rain. It was raining with fans throughout the whole movie. Like the seats next to me had puddles in them. So we had like rain jackets on in this film. It was so good. I had a blast with it. But yeah, watching it with 4DX was amazing. I really enjoyed that. And then was there one other? I'm not sure if there was any others. Anyway, baked beans. When I was at school, I was on a exhibition. We did a long walk over a weekend. Only had the food that we carried in our backs, and then it was the final night or one before, and the only food we had left was baked beans. And I thought, right, Miles, you hate these, but you're starving. We're in this. It was amazing valley, like streams, clean running water. It was just as far as you could see. It was great. Cooked them up, had one mouthful, and I went, and I gave it to someone else, and I went hungry the night. So you can't say I didn't try. Pumpkin, interesting. Yeah, coriander. Oh, you still crow. That's it. Let's movie cruel. Yeah, let's have a look. Cruel. This was it. Oh, dude, I actually really enjoyed this movie. Oh god, it was. Oh, it was from the director of The Hills of Eyes. Oh, it was produced by Sam Raimi. It says of Evil Dead and Don't Breathe, not Spider Man. I'm just remembering the movie now. Okay, right. I've downloaded the image. Sorry, I'm just doing this DIY on my laptop. There we go. I can just load it up like that. That was it. Oh, it had some amazing scenes on it. Yeah, I had a blast of it, but it was just like blizzard all the way through. Yeah. I like that. Well, actually, funny enough, a few of my black friends laughed at me when I was talking about how I've only started using seasoning lately, and they're like, you white boy with your no seasoning." And I was like, "Yeah, I need to do some self reflection here." Hey, dude, Elsie, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Trust me. Well, baked beans. I can't remember what type of bean is a baked bean in the UK. Well, no, see, I use seasoning now. Like the last 4 years. I'm just saying. Before that, I was just someone who's just like. But I'm someone that like when people say, "Do you want butter in your sandwich?" No, I just have it as it was. Why was it so frustrating? Okay, right. I'm gonna get another poll up. Okay, right. These are terrible questions. God, sorry, I'm looking for would you rather questions, and all of these are just terrible, like as in not interesting at all. Like, how's this one? Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future? Would you rather be 11 feet tall or 9 inches tall? I mean, maybe just me, but like, aren't these obvious? Um, okay. Yeah. All right. What is the question that needs to be answered? Is there another one I've missed? What is a dry sandwich? Oh, we're talking about the thing that I mentioned about not having butter in sandwiches. I love that. I just watch. Yeah, just move on, move on. Don't need to worry about that. Oh my. Okay, this is a funny one. No, I'm not actually not doing. It was like, would you rather have always have bo and not know it, or always smell bo on everyone else? Horrifying is what a dry sandwich is. Oh my goodness. Will you guys just drop it? Right, these are just absolutely abysmal. I'm sorry, these are really, really terrible. And we've only got 4 minutes left anyway, and I am ending it dead on the hour because this has been a terrible show. Production wise, you guys have all been brilliant, and I still can't believe that we've had like 50% more people tuned in this week. So yeah, if you've watched and you don't normally tune in, be sure to next week when I've got a full setup again. I was trying to work out if my friend Julia was watching. I have a few friends that like say they're not watching, and then it turns out they are. So I normally bait them by saying their name, and then they'll text me and go, "Oh yeah, no, I was watching." Like summoning them. I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying that. I mean, this is all right. It's all right, I suppose. Butter soda, I don't think. Yeah, no, today's been fine. It's been cool. It's been a cool chat with no structure or anything. Just going into it, it's been fine. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Let's do that. Let's do that. If you've, here we go. Yeah. Well, cool. Any final things, anyone? I feel like I should just keep the live show going and just let you guys just keep chatting about food. Leave it for another hour. That's true, but then that's what the last week of the last show of the month always is. No, production value doesn't. It's true. It doesn't necessarily make a good show. Here we go. Here we go. See, someone's got to be a downer. What is it, Kim? What is it, Kim? Super Chatter, Manana. Oh, Jesus, what is it? Just one pointer, but it's going to be really, really, really. It's going to be really, really offensive. I love that she's watching this on a massive TV, and it's like she's trying to type something while being mocked. Everyone's hyping up for this. This is going to be the last comment of the show. Are you ready, everybody? Let's have a drum roll. Oh, I don't have a drum roll. You're right. Some things are overproduced. Agreed, totally. Buttered toast. Do you know what buttered toast? When someone says buttered toast, do you know what it reminds me of? Ah, okay. So, Butter toast. From Ed and Eddie. Right, so Kim said a really good point. I'd like you to have a topic that you speak on the entire show, maybe include pics or videos as forms of research. So, I have done that in the past. So normally the shows that I do are actually based around topics. So there'll be a main topic of the show, and then there are things that go on around it. But there's mainly a point of discussion. Sometimes, if talking about stuff in the news, I'll bring up video clips and things to show there. So yeah, no, that is literally what the show normally is. Whereas today, because I've not got all my broadcast system, I haven't been able to flick between stuff. No worries, dude. There's always next week. Yeah, this is a really bad example. You always do well in your streams, Myles, and you make the effort to do it even when you don't feel great. That is true. I do try, except the one where I was like, okay, after 20 minutes, I've got to go. Actually, and I think I did cancel one as well. But hopefully I am on the up. Awesome, man. Hope band practice was good. So, listen, everyone. I am going to leave it there. I want to say a huge thank you for everyone tuning in. You're amazing. And if you've been watching and haven't said anything, that is totally cool. I love you too. It's all about just chilling, relaxing, and same time next week I will be here, hopefully back in my studio, and I look forward to seeing you then. I feel like I need to have something set up where people... Yeah, next time. I feel like I need to create a place where people can submit topics. Do you know what I mean? For the show, because like literally every week I get to a Wednesday and I'm doing the thumbnail and I'm like, what's the episode going to be? So this week's episode was going to be this, and I had to change it. But it will be... Oh my God. That was it. I actually went on Wordle and I did those words. I was like trying to think of 5-letter words to do with the show. So yeah, in the next week, I would say... Well, do you know what, actually? That could be a feature of the show, is at the end we determine what the follow... So the advantage of coming to the show is we get to decide what the following show is going to be. I think that could be pretty cool. Yeah? Because then it allows everyone to have time to go away and think about it as well. I think that could work really good. So we decide what the topic's going to be for the following week. Yeah? Because then everyone has an idea of what it is. Dude, just cheating. What are you like? Or you could just go on Twitter where people post the answers. So anyway, okay, so for next week, this is the topic. It's called Games, Wordle Games. Now, it's not just about Wordle. Wordle is an example. I want you to think about online games, not games that you have to purchase or need a console for or Steam or anything like that. It's like an internet browser game, preferably multiplayer, although, you know, Wordle is technically multiplayer, but you play it individually. Go away, have a look around, and see what you can find. I can think of a lot of good multiplayer games. There's like Pictionary ones, things like that. Have a think about it, and then next week we're just going to go through everyone's suggestions and see what great games there are out there. And it could be stuff like, you remember the Impossible Quiz? Stuff like that. So, yeah. Internet browser games. Have a look, have a think. I will see you guys next week. And, yeah, we will go through them then. So much love to you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all your love and support. It's not been an easy month for me, but I'm hanging in there, and I'm just looking forward to next month when hopefully things will be a lot better. So, as always, love, respect, empathy, and adios. Till next time. Bye-bye.